You know, God created an amazing ecosystem in the North American prairie that was really the destruction of which was really the reason why carbon dioxide levels rose, because prairie grass was such an enormous carbon sink, putting carbon in the soil and lots of vegetation and creating a massive herd of buffalo. But the western settlers, the white settlers, plowed up the Native American prairie and farmed it for grain, resulting in the loss of much of the topsoil and most of the organic matter. So my goal as someone who wants to be sustainable and has a program that wants to make the world carbon negative while we still use oil and gas is to restore the vitality of the North American tall grass prairie with our innovative overhead harvesting system that operates in a circular pattern, cutting swaths of prairie grass so that the whole field is cut in about 30 to 40 days, where all the grass gets to regrow for 40 days, and it only cuts the grass to about half height, so it has plenty of leaves and regrow, and we're only harvesting the most nutritious leaves during the growing season. Then after frost, we can come in and cut the plant off low to the ground to remove all the now dead material, so that in the spring, fresh growth springs up without being shaded by the old vegetation. So this is how nature intended it. The buffalo would only graze the top of the prairie grass during the growing season, moving constantly to fresh, new, tender grass. Then in the winter, they'd come in and graze it down to the ground. So that's how my overhead harvesting system simulates the buffalo without the damage that the buffalo did to the soil by tromping through the vegetation. We can sharply increase the productivity of the prairie grass by having no compaction on the vast majority of the field, with widely spaced wheels supporting the overhead harvesting system as it makes a rotation cutting the field. So this is a great concept. There are so many increases in production that FOI Group LLC has come up with, some of which are already patented, some of which aren't, and we can't really discuss them. But as an engineer, my goal is to increase efficiency. I hate waste. I hate the fact that much of the food value of a crop is wasted in current grain farming, where only the grain portion of the plant is used productively for animal feed. We need confinement feeding of a grass forage mix to cattle, ideally in climate controlling shelters to keep the cattle dry and comfortable. Currently, cattle suffer horribly out in the weather. There are days where they gain no weight because they're so uncomfortable. My proposal is that we use the overhead harvester to cut the grass, transport it into the corners of the field where we have buildings, fabric buildings generally, to house the cattle to keep them comfortable, where they can eat and become as tender and tasty as possible. And we gather the manure to make biogas as fertilizer to grow organic hydroponic vegetables that are nutritious and can be delivered to the consumer the same day they're picked for much better nutrition. So please join with us, please support us, and share this video with your friends and people who might be accredited who want to invest in Prairie Grass Systems LLC. Take care, and thank you for watching.